Everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Okay, so I want to get started on a fall journal first, and then eventually Halloween journals. But this first one, I want to do an altered book journal, and then for the ephemera, I don't have it printed off yet, but I just got it last night. I want to do some really pretty, just generic kind of fall themes, and it's going to be pretty much mostly ephemera, not necessarily the full pages, because I want to do something kind of fun. So I'm going to take this Reader's Digest condensed book. It's a newer one. I really like the color of the cover, but I'm definitely going to cover the spine somehow, probably with lace or something. But I think I'll leave the cover the way that it is. It's a really nice condition. This marble paper, I don't know. We'll see. We'll kind of decide. I'll decide on that. But gonna leave the first, let's see, 2, 3, 4. Keep this one to be the first page of our, well, I'll decorate these pages, but the first of our pages that we are going to combine together. And then I'm going to take out 8 pages. This one has 574, and actually let me count. Let me get some paper clips. So what I like to do is I'm going to mark this one so I don't lose my place. Whoops, as I rip the paper. And then I'm going to count back from the back 5 pages, just like we did for the front. And that way we'll have this, I'll make it work so that we have the same amount of pages front and back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll mark this one. I guess these are a little bit brittle. Okay, so now I'm just going to start tearing out pages. So like I said, we'll keep this page. I don't need this now. We'll keep this page, and then I'm going to tear out 8 pages. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now I'm going to try and get, I've noticed in the past I have less bulk at the top than I do at the bottom because they tend to rip unevenly. You can see here it's pulling from closer into the spine, and then it kind of veers off a little bit as you get to the bottom. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to keep that from happening. But so here was our 5th page, and then the last page, the next page, these are going to get glued together to hide all of this in here. And so we'll skip this page then, and then this next page will be the first one of our next one. So I'm going to take out 8 pages. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so now we've got this page. This is nice and clean. This page and this page will get glued together. And then I'm going to skip a page, and then I'll start taking out 8 more. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I'll meet you back here when I'm all finished. Alright, so here's another look at it after I've removed all the pages. I removed 8 pages from each section, except for the very last one I had to remove 10 because there was an extra 2. So I think I did pretty good this direction, but if you look at the bottom, you can see there's definitely more bulk here still, even though I did try to evenly rip as much as I could. But that's okay. It'll work out just fine the way that it is. Here's a look at all the pages that I pulled out. So this particular book has really great gold foiling on the edges. So I think I will try and keep well, I'm not going to try. I'm going to keep these extra pages for using to make journaling cards and stuff for the inside decoration in here. So, and then I have another car now. So if we have another collage where I need a car, I have a car. So I'm going to keep that one separated. I did want to, okay, so at this point, I was going to tell you something, but I'll keep that for just in a minute. So at this point now, the pages of this particular book are old enough that I think there's some nice coloring on the edges of the pages. I'll tell you, this is my second go at doing this for this fall journal. And let me show you why this is a second try as I curve the spine just a little bit. I actually did this I videotaped it. What I did was the exact same thing that I just did with this one, with this other newer book. This one's from 2007. This one is older. I can definitely tell from the paper. It's a little bit more brittle. 1991, looks like. So, gosh, that doesn't seem like it should be old. But it is. It's 30 years old. So this is a 30-year-old book. So what I had done though, because these pages were obviously a lot brighter and wider, I thought I'd try Louisa Heinzel's method of taking what you have left and painting the edges with tea. And then that wasn't enough for me because it only got to the very edges. It didn't really drip down because the paper was just sucking it up. So then I went through, and this is still damp, and I did this yesterday, and it's been drying ever since. There's still dampness in the middle. So what I did was I took the tea the tea that I had left and just started painting the pages. And then, so what happened then was that obviously saturated the spine area. And so to dry it, because it was taking forever to dry, I was trying to do a page at a time with my heat gun, but it just was taking forever. So stupidly, or what I should not have done, was I turned it into an Imperial TIE fighter. Sorry, Star Wars reference. So I took the two covers and folded them back like this and then hung it like this to dry, which makes sense until then you realize now, and I've worked with this quite a bit. I tried to salvage it, but I don't think it's going to be salvageable. My entire book block is now bent and has dried this direction, and there's glue in there that has dried this way. I could get this top part to flatten out maybe, but this one is pretty well set, and you can see the difference. There's a lot more book extra at the bottom than there kind of was at the top. And so what happened then now was all my pages are sticking out onto the right hand side. And so I'll definitely keep the end pages of this, but I'm going to take the book block out of here and I'll use this cover for something else. It's not going to go to waste, but yeah, so if you try that, I would just say don't do this and let it dry that way. So let my mistake be a learning for you. So having said that, I do want to do some kind of technique on these pages, and so I've got a couple of things pulled out. Excuse me, hiccup. Another hiccup. Oh my goodness. So I've got two cheapy paints. These are just acrylic paint. This one is in the color Fawn, and then this one is the color Vanilla Cream. And so here's a better look. I think I'll probably use this one, but I might just vary by page the color. And then I also have this Stains by Patty Pockets. I don't know if you're supposed to shake this up, but I haven't used this in a long time. So I think what I'll do is decide how I want to now do my pages in here. Like, let's see. So let me stop jumping around. Okay, so there's my end pages. So it's at this point now where if you want to decide if you want to, you know, make pockets and stuff, this is now where you're going to be deciding that kind of thing. So I'm going to fold my pockets and stuff. So like this one, I would do my painting on this page and then here, but this will be glued down. So actually, let me just go ahead and glue this down so that it's ready to go. And you don't need to glue the whole thing, just glue the perimeter. That'll be plenty of glue to keep things the way that you want them. Or, you know, maybe this one I want to do a double pocket on this spread. So this paper is a little bit brittle, so I need to be kind of careful how I do this, but I don't want it to go all the way into the spine, otherwise then I'll have issues with getting the page to close. But so yeah, so it's at this point now where I'm going to decide how I want my pages to be as far as pockets go or not. I do want to have quite a few with no pockets too, so that there's just enough, maybe half and half, I don't know, we'll see. But so that's that spread decided. So I'll be gluing those two together, and so then I'm obviously going to keep this one as it is, and let's go ahead and keep this one as it is. And so these two will be glued together. This one maybe I could glue as a pocket this way. So let's see, or even a pocket coming up from the top. Let's do that. Let's do a pocket coming from the top. The reason why I'm starting at the back of the book is because another mistake that I made in the past was, oops, I started gluing from the front and towards the back, and after doing some more research on how to do these altered books, I realized that that was not the right way to do it. Oops, I should have done my notch before I did that. Because then it makes your pages all wonky. So if you want to try and do this for yourself, definitely do it, because it's so much fun to do altered books. Like, seriously, it's kind of a new obsession for me. But this was a big lesson that I learned. Glue from the back, because you can even see it's a little bit trying to be not quite sitting right. And that's not too bad, but it's not super great either. So anyway, so yeah, I think, let's see, this one probably would be easiest to just leave fully the way that it is and glue those two pages together. And then like this page, maybe we want to do a pocket like this, where I'll have a tuck spot here, so we'll leave that. Normally I would be gluing these, but like I said, I want to do some painting, and it's going to be so much easier to paint after the fact than to not. So okay, so let's do another fold like the one that we had before on this page. Okay, glue this down. And actually, I think I could be okay to start from the front and work my way backwards. For this part of it, I just don't want to glue pocket pages together just yet, until I'm all finished. So let's see. So having said that, let me go to the front. Okay, so we'll definitely need to cover this entire spread with something, so I'm not gonna do any decoration there. Let's do tuck spot page here. Okay, so that's that. Can't do anything on this page. Let's go ahead and leave this open, and then I'll do this page. Let's do a double pocket page. Okay, so I'm going to keep working through the book and doing this. I'll just put this on fast forward because it's a little bit repetitive, so... So I'm back. So like I said earlier, I'm going to I think kind of play around with mixing these two colors, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of water to these to kind of break up the color a little bit. Maybe I'll start with this cream color, and it's gonna not look very cream. It'll probably look a lot more white, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this one, it's gonna take a little bit of time just because I think I'll have to dry each page in between, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know how far I'll be able to get, but I'm just adding some water here to my paint with my paintbrush. Just want to dilute it just a little bit, so not tons and tons, but just hopefully get it to last a little bit longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what kind of, okay, this will be good. I don't necessarily want that much paint though, so I don't want it to take terribly long. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have watered that down. We're gonna learn together here, or at least you can watch me struggle. But I'll go ahead and dry this, and I might, I guess, have to do a second coat. I don't know, maybe I don't want to water this down. I grabbed 2 plates, so yeah. Sorry, my head is still in work mode. I just came upstairs from finishing up work for today, so I'm a little bit all over the place at the moment. But I'll get it together here pretty quick. Okay, so I can confirm I didn't want to water that down. I do have, I would say, about half of a bottle of this, so I don't have as much of this, and I have 2 bottles of this color, so probably I'll go a little heavier with this one, and then Might do some dry brushing techniques with the other darker one over the top, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this painting, but not with watered down paint. And so I'm going to keep it pretty messy. I don't necessarily want it to be perfect, and actually I kind of wish my paintbrush wasn't quite so wet. Trying to think, how can I, well, anyway, so I'm gonna put this on fast forward and I'll meet you back when I'm done. everybody. Okay, so I'm not quite sure exactly what happened, but I lost a chunk of video that I had taken. I'm actually having some troubles with my phone running out of storage space all of a sudden after an update that was just done. Go figure, huh? Right? So, what I'm doing now at this point is I'm gluing my pages together so that I'm creating all those pockets. As you see, I added a third layer of paint, which was that metallic pearlescent champagne colored paint, which is gorgeous, by the way. This video unfortunately is not doing justice, but I only have a few more seconds left, so I just want to say hope everyone has a great day, and we'll pick this one back up next time, and I'll get it figured out then. All right, bye.